Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Hero House Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about the new Marvel movie, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, I think this is their first big foray back into cinema. I mean, you had Black Widow, but that wasn't really the beginning of the next phase of Marvel. This is. And it's an origin story, appropriately. And they've really got origin stories nailed at this point because they've done so many. And this one benefits from having a rich history of the universe to sort of spring off of, because they can sort of dive right in. You don't have to build so much suspension of disbelief because you know the world this person exists in is already quite fantastic. And that really helps it going along. It doesn't have to be as established. And it features some truly amazing action sequences. I mean, there's just spectacular levels of choreography. The camera work is quite good most of the time. There are a few points where it just comes in a little too close for my liking, and it's just a bit too much CGI. But that's in the minority. Otherwise, it is one of the best action movies I'd say the MCU has. It doesn't have what I would consider a top-tier fight in it at any stage, only because I don't feel there is enough emotional stakes behind the fight. Like, a fight is really cathartic when it is the conclusion of two ideologies clashing as well. Or, yeah, just, we need a catharsis. A really spectacular fight with no real meaning behind it is still just spectacle. It's not an emotional apotheosis. And this never has that. I mean, the relationship between Shang-Chi and the main villain of the piece, that's quite well developed. But it still doesn't have that. I didn't get that deep sense of conflict from it, but that could have just been my interpretation of it, I guess. Well, obviously, any review is a personal interpretation, but you know what I mean. I didn't feel as though they earned a huge emotional investment in the outcome of any fight. But you might feel differently when you see it, but the fights are still very, very well done. There's some great world building and exploration. I mean, there are a few points where I think they just dropped the ball. It's not perfect by any means, but it does introduce us to a bunch of new characters who I want to see more of going forward. So it also succeeds in being the spring pad for the next phase of the MCU. And it's got me excited, even more excited for Eternals as well, because I want to see how they're going to tie into what was introduced in this movie. Because everything that Marvel is putting out at the moment is just rapidly unfolding the tapestry of their universe. And this one adds so many levels. It's just, and it's cohesively done. This ties in with What If quite well. I mean, I don't think there's a direct correlation with any episode, but the concepts they're throwing around between this, Loki, What If, WandaVision, it's being guided well, much better than I think a lot of people were expecting to begin with. Yeah, what would I rate this? 4 out of 5. No character blew me away or stole the show, as far as I'm concerned, but none of them annoyed me. There was no character where I thought, oh, they could have done without you in this movie. So yeah, 4 out of 5, a solid enough entry. Not the best origin story, not the best movie. I'd say it's about mid-tier, but it's not bad by any means. It also, yeah, it's still kind of by the numbers. But it's definitely, if you like Marvel, then this isn't going to let you down. This is a very, very solid entry. So yeah, 4 out of 5. We'll leave that there. If you enjoyed this review, we have plenty more. We've also got Hero House, The Wreckers, Figure Fights, Top 10 lists, ranking lists, so just loads of content to enjoy. So please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks for your time and all the best. Bye.